Meow, 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 meow. Hi. A strange little Saturday. Not Saturday. Holy shit. A strange little Friday stream. No Saturday. No tomorrow. Which is why this is happening. I honestly thought about doing Somnium Files tonight instead. But then, I don't know. I just wanted to play this. Because we kind of left off in the middle of some shit. We're in a flashback. It's 6 years prior. So Edgeworth was only 20 at this time. Francisca was 13. Kay would have been 11. Hi, Maddie. It's been a wild week. Dude, you don't even know. I have had the most insane week between, like, the weather changing and making me feel ill, and then, like, I had plans for Tuesday evening, and I was like, yay! And then Tuesday afternoon during my lunch break, I was like, I don't feel good. And so I texted, like, hey, can we reschedule for next week? And then 30 minutes later, like, took the nastiest shat in the work bathroom. Also a crazy thing happened at work that I, like, can't really talk about, especially on stream, but it, like, scary thing. Wasn't, dude, I the Somnium Files, another I the Somnium Files game being announced while I'm streaming I the Somnium Files. Listen, I'm not saying that I have a power or that I'm being watched, but isn't it crazy that before I streamed AA4, the Apollo Justice trilogy came out in time for me to stream it? Isn't it crazy that before I streamed Ace Attorney Investigations duology, that the duology came out on modern platforms for me to stream? Isn't it crazy that while I was in the finale, I was going to stream the finale of Okami, an Okami sequel got fucking dropped? And isn't it crazy that while I'm streaming I the Somnium Files, a third I the Somnium Files game gets fucking dropped? Be so for real with me right now. Who's watching me? Be so for real. Who's watching me? I just want to talk. I'm not mad. I'm not mad, but I do want to have a talk. And dude, Rhythm had them. Oh, it's crazy. I, like, forgot that direct was going to be happening, and I didn't get up early for it or anything, and I woke up and it was like all this stuff, and I was like, fucking Rhythm Heaven. I'm so happy, dude. Like, yeah, I can't wait. That's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, maybe they'll port the old ones too, unless they already have and I just never heard about it. But anyway, yeah, it's been a crazy week. Crazy. Hi, Zara. And the House of Fata Morgana on mobile by Crunchyroll, which was out of no... Dude, oh my god, I had a moment where I was like, listen, I need to own Fata Morgana on every platform, but I don't want to give Crunchyroll my money. And it's not the Dreams of the Revenants issue, or version. So I'm, like, a little sad because that means it's not the updated art, most likely, and it won't have, like, Requiem and all the other stuff in it. But that's crazy that you can suffer on your phone. Crazy that I can put Jacopo on my phone directly from the game instead of me screenshotting things and then, you know, having to go all convoluted. Crazy. The whole fucking game through, I guess Crunchyroll has, like, a system where they're doing video games now, and they're doing it, they released it through them. Like, deadass. Not a joke. Hanada posted, posted like a preview, and I was like, is that the House of Fata Morgana on a mobile phone? And I was like, or maybe it's just gonna be like backgrounds, like, or something, like official background. Nope. The whole fucking game. Shake 'em up at my phone. Dude, Maddie, you still need to finish the fucking main game. Don't come to me. Yeah, crazy. Crazy person behavior. Hanada, I love you. Hanada-san, I love you. You're so funny. I want to be your friend so bad. Anyway, back to this game. Wow. Ace Attorney Investigations. Case 4. Very exciting. It's a flashback case, like I said. Edgeworth is only 20. Kay is 11. Francisca's 13. Von Karma is here. Ew. And we met... I was not normal about meeting Tyrell Bad. We also met Callisto Yu. And Gumshoe! Yeah, Gumshoe's here too. Can't wait for Requiem for Innocence and Reincarnation. Surely! Surely! But... Oh, you guys are moving? I'm so sorry. I wish I was still local so I could help you guys. Because moving in that city is a nightmare. Anyway. Bungo Stray Dogs rerun. That's so funny. I saw a GIF today of the stage actors that I almost sent to you, and I was like, I have to concentrate on work. I can't get into it. If I get into Bungo Stray Dogs again anyway, it will probably be through the stage plays first. Wait, are you in Requiem for Innocence, or are you in the main game? Do you mean you and Michelle go to the fair? Jersey! Oh my god, good luck. Anyway, let's get into this, huh? Dude, the stage actor for Tria makes me crazy. It's like the stage actor for Akechi makes me crazy. Have I sent you the TikTok that I downloaded, Maddie? It's really funny. Oh, you're in Requiem for... Oh, so you did finish the main game. Okay, sick. Okay, yay. I'll talk to you about it sometime later. Nem and I are going to start it next week. I'm really excited. I was like, Nem has no idea what they're getting into. Anyway, we were in the middle of this investigation because I lost my voice because I was freaking out about Tyrell Bad and also just had no voice. Anyway, I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. We rolled their bodies over so we could see what was going on. Okay, this knife is pretty. Dude, the ending kills me. It's so good. It looks like Mr. Faraday was stabbed with this knife that Mr. Rell is holding. Ouch! What's wrong, detective? My stomach started to hurt from just thinking about being stabbed. Oh yeah, I full on ball too. Although that's really nothing. I'm such a crybaby. I'm a crybaby over the weirdest things though. Like, I cried really hard over Akechi today. Like, really hard. I was thinking about the February 2nd scene and I was just crying. I had to like take a break from work because I was just like sobbing into my hands. Hi, Nem. They really did. Just keep your mind on the case, alright? He didn't even get stabbed in his stomach and it was in his titty. But okay. Also, this knife is beautiful. Wound. Shot in the chest. It takes some guts to fire a gun in a courthouse. I mean, I've been a detective for a whole week and I still haven't fired a single round yet. There aren't any burn marks on his clothes. That must mean... Wait, burn marks? A round grows very hot as it is discharged from a firearm. Therefore, burn marks are usually left when a shot is fired from point-blank range. Ergo, I was waiting for an ergo. I was like, he hasn't said ergo, that's strange. Ergo, Mr. Rell must have been shot from at least a yard or two away. Huh. You sure do know a bunch of neat stuff for your age, pal. I would think a shot there would have killed him pretty much instantly, but I'm not sure. Apparently, this detective has as much common knowledge as your everyday marsupial. Which dynamic do I enjoy more? I'm not gonna answer that question because of spoilers. And I don't feel that they're comparable, if I'm so honest. I don't feel that they're fully comparable. They have a very, very different vibe. I will say my answer is The maid and Jacopo. And don't say anything else. That's my answer. I think that they have a great platonic dynamic. Actually, you can't see it, but I'm holding up my pointer finger like, actually. But that's my belief. Don't make me choose. They're very different from each other. Are you holding something? No? Oh, is that just the body line? Oh, okay, okay. There's a there's a knife wound in his chest here, see? I wonder if the wound matches the knife Mr. Rell is holding. Twirling my hair. Oh. Labby. Yes, sir. Verifying now, sir. Make it quick. From the looks of things, one could deduce that the knife Mr. Rell is holding is what killed Mr. Faraday. There's something in his breast pocket. It's a fountain pen. Oh, he had, black on his hand earlier. Hey, you know I always keep a pencil behind my ear. It's because Detective Bad is always telling me, you should always write your name on everything you own. Yes, somehow you do strike me as quite a forgetful individual. Let us now try to understand how the two men died. First, Mr. Faraday took the gun and the knife out from today's trial evidence. Then he aimed the gun at Mr. Rell and fired. However, Mr. Rell managed to grab the knife and counter Mr. Faraday while being shot. Then the two men fell together where they stood. That is my theory in any case. What a crazy way to go. Still, something about that explanation just doesn't seem right. The bit at the end always made you... See, I don't ship them romantically, but platonically, I think that they would be best friends. And I mean that like 100%. Also, yes, AA does have so many dead dads. Finish your Requiem for Innocence first. True. I believe I now have a firmer grasp on what happened here. Okay. Francisca tapping her little foot. Okay, this one. Okay. It would be this and this. Definitely go together. Boop. That splotch on Mr. Faraday's hand. I wonder if it might be the ink from his fountain pen. Ooh, let's ask the lab guy. Detective Gumshoe, I confirm that the substance on Mr. Faraday's hand is the ink from his fountain pen. They're homies. There is a very good short story about them that makes me cry. I want them to meet up over coffee to talk about the local gossip. Me too. Me too. Michelle and Mel casually scrapping anytime they meet. Yeah. Yeah. God, what a good cast of characters. Anyway, speaking of good cast of characters, I'm going to try to focus on this game now. Also, doesn't that look like Albert Einstein on that painting on our left? Has that always looked like that? I don't remember that. See. Good work. Ugh. You know, I've always wanted to say that, even if it was just one time in my life. If Mr. Faraday wrote with his fountain pen in his left hand, he's left-handed like Goro Okechi. Why am I thinking of Goro Okechi? Sorry. I think it's fair to assume he was left-handed. It appears that Mr. Faraday's pen is very important to our case as well. I wonder if he plays billiards with his left... Sorry. Okay, if you say so, pal. Nib. Alright. Yeah, these two things definitely are also suspicious, huh? You about to explain quantum physics to the court. There was a very tidy pile of plastic bags on the table. And yet a portion of them wound up scattered on the floor as well. It's not likely that the ones on the floor were knocked over during a struggle. Sorry. Every time the beginning of this song, I always have to... I'm so glad I don't use a camera because my shoulders and my neck. Yeah. In which case, might there not be another explanation as to how they got there? Another reason? I believe it's possible that the blood on the outside of the bag is related somehow. Ew! Please get that blood away from me, pal. My voice cracked there. That was good. Detective Gumshoe, whose blood is on this bag? Hold on. Let me ask the lab guy. All right. Please hurry. Wait till you get a load of this, pal. It's Mr. Faraday's. Oh, and the technician said they didn't find anything else on or in the bag either. It would appear that this bag is a very important piece of evidence. Okay, if you say so, I'll leave it in your hands, pal. They gotta bag that bag. Well, I guess there's not much left to investigate, huh? They really did kill each other. I don't know about that. I also wanted to see, can we, like, look at any of these? September 10th, that's right. Yeah, I think... Wasn't it that he got gifted a new jacket from Maggie or something? He got, like, gifted a new jacket, I think is what the lore was. I can't remember. Faraday died of a stab. Okay, he's the one who got stabbed, and Rel is the one who got shot. And Rel didn't, like, he was shot from a ways away, which is weird. Aw. Honk shoe, honk shoe. Okay, yeah, I can't observe. Hello there. It seems Mr. Faraday was in the habit of using very nice fountain pens. Good for him. That's the total opposite of me. I don't get these things at all. Well, I think the pencil behind your ear suits you just fine. Really? You think so, pal? Man, I knew it was worth something. It wasn't exactly a compliment, Detective. It made him happy. What's this? This looks like a quality nib. Hey, let me test it out, pal. Oh, this is really... I got ink all over my hand. Detective Gumshoe, don't ever play with the evidence like that again. The fact that it easily spilled is interesting. Can I zoom in on those numbers? Oh, I can't. No, 71417. Does that mean something, I wonder? Like in dev? In the dev? Can I recap the pen? If I... Like this? Okay, nothing. Okay, blood. Oops. It wasn't an insult either, yeah. Even text-to-speech fails me! This blood here is from Mr. Faraday, but there are no other clues to be found. Which begs the question, do I need to put this bag inside another bag in order to preserve it as evidence? Yes. It has valuable DNA on it. Miles Edgeworth. You fool. Anyway. No, we can't conclude that quite yet. There's still something I find very peculiar here. The theory that they simply killed one another is too simplistic in this case. In fact, there is actually a contradiction that shows that there is another possibility. No way, pal. Really? I suppose I will just have to show you the contradiction in this crime scene. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay, so I think it has to be this. But first, I don't have full confidence in this. I don't remember a lot of the facts of this case, to be honest. I think this... Oh, but he's left-handed. Fascinating. Mr. Faraday is holding a gun in his right hand. That's the one Mr. Rel got blown away by, right? Labby, your answer. Yes, sir. We've found that the ballistic markings do match that gun. Oh, ballistic markings are the figurative fingerprints of a gun. Are the figurative fingerprints a gun leaves on a bullet when fired. Every gun leaves its own unique ballistic markings. Therefore, by looking at the markings on a bullet, you can tell which gun it came from. Yeah, that's it. Of course, I already knew all about that, pal. Maybe you'd be better off going back to the academy. Yeah! Come on, sir! Cut me some slack, will ya? So the bullet that was fired from this gun is what felled Mr. Rel. Okay, what was the thing? Left-handed. Okay. The catchy joke was relevant, actually. And who said I'm just crazy? Now we come face to face with the contradiction I spoke of, and it is this. Mr. Faraday used his left hand to write with his fountain pen. Ergo, he is left-handed. And yet the handgun is in his right hand. I guess people could argue he's ambidextrous for this. Don't you find it odd that the left-handed Mr. Faraday would hold the gun in his right hand? That, lady and gentlemen, is the great contradiction haunting this crime scene. Hey, you're right, pal. That does seem kind of strange. But how could something like that happen? The facts add up to one conclusion, and one alone. Someone else put the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand after he died. Someone else? Plastic bags scattered on the floor and a gun in the wrong hand. I sense the presence of a shadowy figure behind this case. A person of vile intent who is serious about keeping the truth from us. Yahoo. I guess I could have finished. No, there's more to this part of the... Yeah, okay, I remember now. I remember why I stopped. Here's the autopsy report. Oh yeah, I was gonna make him more like New Yorker. It is probable that Mr. Rell survived for a short time after he was shot. However, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously from his stabbing. Interesting. Okay. It looks like we now know everything we need to know about this case. Are you sure we know everything? Of course! The incident began with Mr. Faraday attempting to get his revenge. Vile criminal with a gun is... Yeah, like, I can't... I'm the same way. It is, like, so ingrained. The prosecutor went into a rage from being accused and tried to kill the defendant. But the defendant fought back and they ended up killing each other. It's all very clear and simple. There is absolutely no margin for doubt. That accidentally became a little British. Sorry, because I got distracted. I was thinking about Kingdom Hearts. I've been watching, like, rewatching old streams. And it's been funny. But I saw simple and clear, and my brain was like simple and clean. Do you really believe that to be the truth? Are you saying that just because I figured out the truth before you? That you don't want to believe it's true? It's alright. If you disagree with my arguments, then prove me wrong. Well, if there are any contradictions to be found, that is. Don't worry, I will. The siblings are fighting. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous, while Mr. Rell survived for a short time. Putrid is also a word that's just so different now after. Yeah. Yeah. In the McDonald's in Canada, they keep advertising this, like, jalapeno burger, and I'm like, oh, him. From this, it is obvious that Mr. Faraday died after he shot Mr. Rell. And Mr. Rell, while on the brink of death, stole Mr. Faraday's knife and stabbed him. Those are the facts of this case. I was concentrating so much on doing your accent that I don't remember what you said. What did you say? Okay. But it wasn't his knife, I guess. Mr. Faraday's death was instantaneous. Therefore, he must have attacked first. Proving that logic to be false is probably the fastest way to show her that she's wrong. In that case, I should first look for any holes in her theory. But also the jalapeno burger kind of sounds awful. Like the one that they're... It's like a bacon jalapeno. And I'm like, those are two things that I do not like the taste of. Like jalapeno in the right thing can be good. But a lot of times it's like overused as the garnish. And I just straight up don't like American style bacon. Anyway. Do you truly believe that Mr. Faraday died instantaneously? I have the murder report right here. Mr. Faraday died instantaneously of shock due to being stabbed in the chest. There, you see, it's been documented clear as day. Ugh.
Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell before he died. Do you have any basis for that statement?
Your foolishness has no end, does it? Now, I hate to repeat myself, however, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously. That's all of the basis I need.
Alright, so if Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, then he must have attacked Mr. Rell before being stabbed.
You're finally beginning to catch on, I see. The jalapeno doesn't go with bacon, I think. And they have like some other sauce on there too that I'm just like, this is gross. Who's getting this for real? Maybe worse than the McRib.
So you believe that the dying Mr. Rell stole the knife from Mr. Faraday?
Mr. Rell became desperate as he did not want to die. Human beings can do amazing things when they are put to the test. So, the two men struggled. And in the end, Mr. Rell was able to grab the knife and stab Mr. Faraday. The messy condition of this room is a testament to their struggle. Yes, my logic is perfectly sound.
Can you really say that it's perfect?
What are you insinuating?
Nothing. However,
they're so sassy with each other.
However, I can't let what you said slide by without further inquiry. One must be clear and precise, so if you could append that statement to your testimony.
Fine.
What food do you reckon jalapeno goes with?
Not that. I mean, I feel anything kind of like, because it's like, to me, a little bitter almost. Almost like weirdly sour and bitter. And, so I would say any kind of cheese that's on the sweeter side, perhaps?
Claiming speculation as fact already, don't you feel that the evidence is a bit lacking?
You'll find all the evidence you need just by looking around this room. Mr. Faraday collapsed on top of Mr. Rell. In addition, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, making a counterattack impossible. Furthermore, the room is a total mess from their fight. She's becoming British. I'm so sorry, girl. I'm so sorry to do that to you. I dare say that there's more evidence here than you could whip a whip at.
Looks like she's becoming more and more confident. And, looking at this place, she might have a right to be. After all, everything here seems to support her theory.
It looks like you're starting to see my point. I've as good as won our little competition.
There's something strange about Francisca's theory. I should compare her claim with the data I've gathered thus far.
Okay.
I just know there's a contradiction somewhere.
Okay. I think... Okay, I get, like, there's so much going on in this that I get them kind of, like, confused. Okay. That's not important right now. I feel like it has to do with this, right? But did I, like, observe this already? Can I? Oh, I don't think I can. Balls. Okay. Hold. Okay, wait. I think I have to nope. I think I have to press this.
Hold it.
About this statement.
Mr. Rell used all of his remaining strength to take the knife and defend himself. One can easily see that they had a violent struggle. Of course, it's nothing compared to what my riding crop can do.
How does one compare the damage her crop can do with the state of this room?
Furthermore, all the plastic bags on the floor in this room were scattered there due to the fight. Is there anything else that I can explain for you?
No, that will be fine.
Okay. Again, I'm not like... Okay. Yeah. They had a struggle, but they didn't... Okay, the struggle is what I'm trying to disprove. Okay, I understand now. But this was... It might be this. Let me try this. Okay, cool. I was like... I feel like at this point we ought to have more evidence that there wasn't a struggle. But I guess we don't have evidence. We just have like the deduction that there wasn't one. Okay.
If the two men were fighting, their struggle would have surely caused quite a bit of noise. However, Detective Gumshoe testified that he heard absolutely nothing.
Ha! You'd placed too much faith in that detective's testimony, you know.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing, Fran. I love Gumshoe, but he's not exactly reliable.
But for the sake of argument, let's say there wasn't a fight. How then did Mr. Rell get his hands on the knife?
Mr. Faraday's bag was sitting right here in lobby number 2. It is not hard to imagine that perhaps Mr. Rell saw a chance and took it out at some point.
So, what you're saying is this. Mr. Rell took a chance when he saw the opportunity and took the knife from the bag. And then Mr. Faraday shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed.
Isn't there something strange in Francisca's statement just now? Hold on.
No, because he died right away. Yeah, something's off.
Wait, something doesn't add up.
Oh, really?
It's simply not possible for Mr. Faraday to have shot Mr. Rell after being stabbed,
because he, as you said 8 gorillion times, he died instantaneously.
According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously.
Okay, so this logic is kind of dumb because she spends a lot of time arguing this exact thing. So I'm like, I don't know. Anyway.
According to the coroner's report, Mr. Faraday died instantaneously, meaning that he died immediately upon being stabbed by the knife. Ergo, he could not possibly have fired the gun after that.
Oh, you got me.
But of course.
Well then, if the report is correct, then there is only one correct explanation. If we suppose that Mr. Rell attacked first, then Mr. Faraday, who died instantaneously, would have been unable to kill Mr. Rell. Therefore, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. Then they both died. Okay, Mr. Rell must have stabbed Mr. Faraday after he was shot. That is the only explanation that makes logical sense.
Negating your opponent's ideas in order to prove your own theory. I see you've been studying, Francisca.
I just wanted to explain it to you as simply as possible. Before you foolishly propose a foolish theory that only a foolish fool like you could.
Fool mention. How naive of you to believe that only your opinions are valid. And still expect to discover the truth that the crime scene offers you. Francisca, you've still got a ways to go.
What are you talking about? Are you saying there's a flaw in my logic?
Mr. Faraday died instantly.
Oh, hold on one second. Okay, sorry. Let me go ahead and save really fast. I have this problem. This maybe is like TMI for people, but I have this problem with picking at scabs, and I have one on my leg that I've been picking at for like on and off again for like months. Accidentally made it bleed a little. It's fine. It's just like it had healed over, and then as like a scar, because it was originally like a deep puncture wound from a cat claw, and then this was like a couple years ago almost, and then it like a hair tried to grow in, and the hair got like blocked by the thick layer of like the scar tissue, and so it, like I had to like puncture it to let the hair grow through, because it was like painful and weird. And then and now I'm picking the scab again. And the cycle fucking continues.
Mr. Faraday died instantly, and the fact that he did is what gives rise to the contradiction in this scene. The contradiction here in this crime scene is...
let me see the picture. He fell on top, so it is weird that he did that.
Let me get this straight. What you are arguing is this. Mr. Faraday took the gun from his evidence bag and shot Mr. L. Then the wounded Mr. L found an opportunity to take the knife and strike back. Upon being stabbed, Mr. Faraday died on the spot, and Mr. L died thereafter. If that's the case, then how do you explain this? Take a good look at the order in which the bodies are piled.
No!
Mr. Faraday's body is lying on top of Mr. Rel's. Therefore, Mr. Rel must have died before Mr. Faraday.
Impossible!
Yes, I agree that it seems strange no matter what angle you approach it from. Which means that the real mystery behind this crime scene we must solve is...
No! Not so fast, Miles Edgeworth! It seems painful. I have a really high pain tolerance, to be honest, so...
What now?
I simply think that you ought to think a bit more about outside the box. And that it's even clearer now that the incident started with Mr. Faraday's murderous intent. I can talk, I'm just nervous.
She sure bounced back quickly. An explanation won't be enough this time. It's going to take some very decisive evidence to prove her wrong.
It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body fell on top of Mr. Rel's. The two bodies fell into a pile, which indicates that they attacked each other at the same time. It really doesn't matter in the slightest that they fell in the opposite order. She does have kind of a point there.
I just know that Francisca's explanation isn't absolutely correct.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your pain? To that I say, compared to whomst. Yeah, I also, like, man, my body hurts all the time. What do you mean? That's like when something really, really hurts, it, like, I know it must be bad, because I'm literally, as I'm sitting here, I'm, picking at the scab again. I'm not exactly the scab, just like the dead skin around it. What have I gone through to build that tolerance? Does my body just be like this? Exactly.
All I have to do is find a hole in her logic. Once I do, I can then present her with the evidence that proves the contradiction.
It was just chance that Mr. Faraday's body... Oh, I already said this. My bad.
About that.
Pressing someone's testimony in order to gain some time to think. You're a real one-trick pony, aren't you? It's too bad your trick only works on fools.
That wasn't my intent. I simply wished for more details as to how Mr. Faraday ended up on top of Mr. Rel.
Someone's impatient. I was just about to explain everything to you. So do you think you could hold on for a minute?
Ah! Franziska, I'll make you a deal. I'll hold on if you hold on to that whip of yours.
Oh, I'll hold on to it, all right. As I whip you. Ah! I wonder what hurts more, a riding crop or a whip. Well, now that you've quieted down a bit, I'd like to continue if you don't mind. I feel like there are very different types of pain, right? Because a whip can be cutting.
The two fell on top of each other. Don't you find that to be just a bit strange?
Not at all.
Ugh. I can see it in her eyes. She's dead set against me from the bottom of her heart.
Miles Edgeworth. Once I'm done here, you'll see that there's nothing strange at all. Now then, the two men fell into a pile.
I want that Phil DeFranco shirt that says, I'm just built different. Not well. The body. Nah, I'd adapt painfully, though. Yeah, I love the thing that someone made up that's the my lower back is killing me and I must confess, so are my knees, like that I sing that to myself all the fucking time, and then like Bath and Body Hurts instead of Bath and Body Works. Hold it. What do you mean by they attacked each other at the same time?
I assume Mr. Faraday had the two different weapons in his hands. He made to attack Mr. Valve while holding both the knife and the revolver. And then, after Mr. Faraday fired the gun, Mr. Rell grabbed the knife as he was falling and stabbed Mr. Faraday.
The song of my people.
That is how Mr. Rell wound up on the bottom with Mr. Faraday on top.
Yeah, the amount of cuts that Gumshoe and Edgeworth have received through the games is kind of wild. And the Judge and Phoenix, too.
At close range, that is more than possible.
Yes, it's impossible, but...
Well, if you have any other ideas, then show me what you've got.
This vocals were amazing, thank you. The Bath and Body... Yeah, the Back and Body Hurts... Shirts are so fucking funny. It being the same logo really kills me. I feel like there's another really funny... Hold on. I have another really good meme on my phone. That, is like of that vein. Hold. Hold. Let's see. Youth is wasted on the young is also good, but that's not. This isn't it, but I do have a picture of a cat at like an adoption shelter that has a sign on it that says, I am being crabby, with a little crab. Please come back later. Where is it? Oh, it's a JoJo meme. So if you've seen part 4 of JoJo, and you know the breakdown, do 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 do, breakdown, do 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 do, like, shining justice, made by it there. Okay, if you know that song, it's the villain, but like a really low poly, low quality picture of him, and it says, I'm gonna have a breakdown. It's so funny. Oh, there's also, I'm here, I'm queer, and my joint pain is moderate to severe. I'm gonna have a breakdown is so funny. I'm gonna have a breakdown. Then I get the song stuck in my head. Let the voice of love take you higher. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. 1995 busy summer. Yeah, JoJo's fun. It's also funny how most of the cast has received whips, but Maya has not. Yeah. Wonder why.
Yeah, Kira Yoshikage. He's a really interesting villain. He's probably my favorite JoJo villain. Yeah, I'm here, I'm queer, my joint pain is moderate to severe. Okay, anyway, moving on.
Oh, I will. And to that extent, I'd like for you to append what you just said to your testimony.
I don't see any points to that, but as you please.
Okay, I see why that's wrong, but hold on. Hold.
Do you really believe they fell in the exact opposite order in which they attacked?
I think I picked up hold from Danny. Nim, does that sound right to you?
Miles Edgeworth, you're not listening to a word that I'm saying. They both attacked each other at the same time, and Mr. Well fell first by chance, leaving Mr. Faraday to just happen to fall on top of him.
Hirabuchi, Valentine, and Toru, my beloveds. Are you a part 4 favorite, Zara?
Then, Mr. Well died shortly thereafter, pinned underneath Mr. Faraday. That's just how it happened.
So the two men attacked each other, with Mr. Well randomly falling down first. The fact that the order that they attacked each other in varies from the order they fell in doesn't cause a problem for me. However, there's definitely one certain aspect I'm having trouble swallowing.
Okay, Danny does say that. Okay, I was like, if I didn't pick it up from Danny, I don't know where I picked it up from, actually. And what if I am? No, I respect that. I really like part 2, but part 4 is a very close second. I really liked Okuyasu and Rohan, where they have this ha 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 ha, and then he stabs the knife into the pin, I think it is. Yeah.
You're saying that they attacked each other at the same time from close range?
Exactly. Mr. Faraday pointed the gun at Mr. Well's chest and pulled the trigger. Mr. Well then took the knife from Mr. Faraday and stabbed him before he fell unconscious.
A Quiet Place 2019. Me, my joints cracked, killing me instantly. Yeah, I forgot about that one. That's good.
The dead Mr. Faraday instantly fell on top of Mr. Well from the stabbing, pinning Mr. Well under him, where he died shortly thereafter. And that's how they ended up on top of each other with no contradictions to be seen.
Yeah, I think Rohan's so funny. Okay, yeah. Anyway, girl, they shot this was at not close range. Ouch. This is not close range. God, they're so sassy with each other.
So you believe they killed each other at close range? Sorry, but that's impossible. Just as it is written in the crime scene notes, the firing of the handgun did not leave a gunpowder burn on Mr. Well's clothes. Therefore... Oh, oops. I got too excited. Mr. Well and the gun must have been separated by a distance of at least 2 or 3 yards.
Ah!
Yes, this is by far the biggest contradiction. The two bodies are piled up on each other, yet the gun was fired from a distance. And with there being no chance that Mr. Well moved that far after being shot, that leaves only one possible explanation.
Oh, what a completely foolish line, a foolish thought from a thoroughly foolish fool. If I'm not right, then who was it that made the first move with the intent to kill, huh? Who?
The person that attacked first with murderous intent. That would be...
Probably neither.
Here in this room, contradictions appear no matter which man we claim attacked first. Thus there can only be one explanation. There was a third person here. It was that third person who killed both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Well.
Oh shit. How far am I in JoJo? I haven't watched season 6 yet, but I know all 1 through 5. I don't talk about 5 because it makes me sad. My favorite character survived, but at what cost? 3 also makes me sad. Kakyoin, my boy.
And set their bodies up to make it look like a double murder. That third person is the real culprit.
Miles Edgeworth! There's just one thing you're missing.
Evidence, correct?
Exactly. Everything you've said up until now is nothing but a story played out in your head. However, this is where the real test begins. Can you prove that there was a third person involved in this crime?
Of course. If a third person was truly here, that fact would resolve the glaring contradiction.
Picked too deep.
Okay. The proof that this has all been a setup, made to look like they killed each other. I'll present it, and lay bare the final piece of the puzzle that's not yet in place.
My nails are really long right now because I have a photo shoot on Saturday. I did just like stab into my wound a little bit. Oops. It's fine. Now I have a little tissue to stop the bleeding. Dude, I don't want to talk about it. I just said, stop. That's my son.
I'm normal. What is the piece of evidence that proves there was a third person involved?
Okay. Is it in here? What proves there is a third person involved? I feel like, is it maybe this?
Nope. This is that very evidence.
And exactly how is this related? Do you think you could explain it to me?
Well, yes, I could, but Edgeworth can't.
There was no need for an explanation.
Well, I have no idea how it's related, so could you please explain it to me?
Yes, well,
Let me guess. You can't explain it, can you?
I can! Yeah.
It would appear that I was wrong, but there is definitely a contradiction here, and it should resolve itself if there truly was a third person here. I just need to go over the evidence and my thoughts once again.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, that's not relevant yet, I feel. Is it this? Okay, that's kind of what I was trying to say with the other one, was like the struggle. Blow off like your life depends. No, like, so I was gonna use the other evidence, that other piece to say this, but like, it looks like there was a struggle, but there was no struggle heard. These two have a motive to struggle with each other. If that had been the case, we would have heard the struggle, and then maybe the shot, you know, would have been prevented or whatever. But like, the fact that all these like were strewn about for no reason when this other pile is here, I mean, I guess, who care? Just like his boyfriend, Miles.
The gun in Mr. Faraday's hand and the plastic bag with his blood on it. These two items point to the presence of a third person.
How so?
Recall Detective Gumshoe.
This is what look! Oh, look, it's the thing I just tried to present. I'm mad now, actually. I'm actually mad. That should have been one of those ones that could be either. Whatever.
Recall Detective Gumshoe's testimony.
I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle.
If there wasn't a struggle in this room, then there shouldn't be any plastic bags on the ground, meaning that someone else must have deliberately scattered them around. Do you not see the possibility in this? Disregarding the gun for a moment. There's a high probability of blood spatter when a knife is used on a person. If the culprit held the knife with a plastic bag around it, they could use the bag to catch any blood splatter from when they withdrew the knife.
That's a really good point. I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, I know. I just said it. That's why I was saying I can explain it, but Edgeworth can't.
Then by spreading a few more plastic bags around, mixing the bloody one in with them, and arranging the room to make it look like there was a struggle between the two, they were able to conceal their presence.
Ah!
Looks like we've still got a long way to go in this investigation.
God, Burnt Faraday is hot. Look at how beautiful he is on the floor. I was like, there's never been a prettier dead man. Yes, there has. He's just an AA6. Actually, no, I don't think he's prettier. He's just beautiful aesthetically. Anyway,
Yes.
Objection.
huh? Oh, that's right. I forgot your voice sounds like that. Oh my god, the judge having legs is so weird.
What the heck's up with you, pal?
Mr. Bad, I advise you to place Detective Gumshoe under arrest.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Looks like you're not man enough to discipline your own subordinates.
Don't you dare.
That detective claims he was there, standing in front of the door the entire time.
Lays prettily. Maddie, now you know what I mean.
Also, Maddie,
If you, I know you're moving, but if you have any thoughts about the fic, let me know. It's okay if not. It's okay if not. I just like talking about it.
but I have it on good authority that it was all a giant lie.
Ms. Yu, I ask that you please explain that last statement.
I'll let His Honor explain it himself.
I saw it with my own eyes, I tell you. During the recess, there was a period of time when there was no one in the hallway.
What?
See, Mr. Bad. So I ask you, why would a detective who was supposedly doing his job the whole time want to fabricate such a lie?
Gumshoe, did you kill Faraday? No! Of course not, sir.
It would appear that the one who set this whole crime scene up is that detective, which basically renders his testimony a complete lie and wholly invalid. It looks like your perfect logic has just come tumbling down, Miles.
I was in the hallway the whole time, but I didn't hear a single peep of a struggle. We don't need a flashback. We just had the flashback.
Was that statement really a lie? Detective Gumshoe, you're now a suspect in the murder of 2 men. Now spit out the truth or so help me.
I haven't lied to anyone, sir. Honest. I really was really there. I was in the hallway the whole time.
Detective Bad, I ask that you please do not act without my permission. After all, I am the one that is heading up this investigation, am I not? Don't talk like you know what's going on, boy. All I want is for this investigation to run perfectly.
Perfection is the only wish of a disciple of Von Karma, after all.
Therefore, before you take Detective Gumshoe into custody, I'd like to set the record straight on something. I'm not.
Sorry, he walked into the spider's web with that one.
And what's that? What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about? Oh, fuck.
I want to ask all of these things. Let's ask about the state of the hallway, perhaps?
Detective Gumshoe, I take it that no one else was in that hallway at any time, correct?
Uh-huh.
Oh, of course not, pal. You're being awfully defensive. Might you be hiding something from me?
Watch your mouth, pal. You can't go around saying stuff like that about me without any evidence.
I suppose you're right. I have no evidence at this point.
Miles Edgeworth, how can you be losing a battle of wits with this detective? You're a disgrace!
Maybe I should ask about something else. What should I ask Detective Gumshoe about?
Maybe the motive.
I suppose one thing I'd like clarified, is Detective Gumshoe's motive for committing this crime. Motive, huh? Gumshoe, you got a grudge against Faraday or anything?
No, sir. Not me. Not a single bad thing against Mr. Faraday, sir.
Is that a fact?
Objection.
You really have a problem with lying, don't you, Detective Gumshoe?
I'm telling you, I am not lying.
The more unnatural you act, the more suspicious you become, you know.
If you want a motive, Edgeworth, I have one for you right here. Could you please share it with us? However, be forewarned that I won't hesitate to object to flights of fancy, because all I'm interested in is the perfect explanation.
Oh, you're serious, aren't you?
Fine. You amuse me, so I'll humor you with a little courtroom practice.
They took her melanin away. Did anyone else notice that? They did the same thing, like, with Maggie, I think. Right? Was it her? I don't remember. Someone else's melanin got nerfed. RIP.
It was about a week ago. I saw the detective get chewed out by livid Faraday in front of the precinct. He stood there super pale as Mr. Faraday yelled, "That's a salary cut for you, you nitwit." A brand new detective suddenly getting his salary cut. That's reason enough for a grudge. Well, how's that for the perfect explanation?
You totally misunderstand me, pal. No matter how mad I get, I could never hold a grudge. True. Unless they hurt Edgeworth.
Quiet. We can't trust anything you say. Sir. There's nothing wrong with the motive she proposed, per se. But there are some gaps in her logic that need to be filled in.
Why is per se... Okay, so I have a question. If anyone knows. Per se... being spelled that way. Sometimes when I type that in, it says it's wrong. And so I have to spell it per se. Like per, and then like say as in talk. Why? Is that like the new way of spelling it? Per se? Like the what I'm doing? And then this old way is now obsolete or whatever? I forgot her forehead was so prominent. Wide forehead representation. Yeah, she's got a little bit of a 5 head. I feel like I was measuring my forehead the other day with my fingers, as one does. I feel like my hairline has not receded. Like my hairline has grown back in. I think my hairline was receding when I was wearing wigs like all the time for cosplay, and now that I cosplay less, my hairline's growing back in. It's really weird. Enough people misspell it as per se that it thinks that's correct now. That sucks. Dude, that fucking sucks. It's like a lot being 2 words. Or, no, not a lot. It's alright being 2 words. You can see my reflection in that forehead. Haru asked for it. Hey, leave her alone. She just needs some bangs.
Ms. Yu's perfect explanation may not be so perfect at all.
Hold it!
A week ago?
Yeah, all right versus all right. It should be the second one, but now it's become so common for the first one that one's now considered correct, which is stupid. Whatever, English is weird. How does your hairline grow back? Scalp care? Sea moon. What's that?
A week ago? Then you and Detective Gumshoe are acquaintances?
No way. I only met him in person today. More forehead to love, I say. That's what Makoto Nijima says. Okay. Mako Haru for the win. Let's fucking go.
Then how did you know about Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, I've seen him around before. He is kind of hard to miss.
Mr. Faraday was upset?
Yeah. You know what else? Mr. Faraday isn't exactly known to get angry often.
Watch part 6. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
But there he was, totally beat red in the face. And then the offending detective just stood there, pale as a ghost, like he was about to die. Just like the face he's making now, right?
Oh, I'm completely innocent, I tell you. The poor man.
It was quite the scene with the detective.
You just stood there watching this unfold in front of you?
Yeah, I have to say it was really enjoyable too. But that's why when I saw Detective Gumshoe earlier, I knew to steer clear of him.
I always thought alright was in the same vein as agreeing with someone, while alright was in the context of someone is okay physically, emotionally, etc. That might be why it changed. I don't know.
No way! I thought it was because I had something stuck in my face.
Oh, but you do!
Huh? What have I got stuck on my face?
Let's start with your eyes, nose, mouth,
And those ridiculous eyebrows.
Huh?
Oh man, messing with your head is just too much fun.
Ms. Yu, if you don't mind, I'd like to return to your testimony now.
Sure, why not?
To cut a new detective's salary right off the bat like that.
I'm not really familiar with the way you guys relate, but is that a common practice?
Well, speaking of cutting my salary, didn't you threaten to do that to me earlier too? I suppose I did.
That's so funny, I don't remember that. He's cute. He's cool as a cucumber. That's so funny. Why does you act like a schoolgirl? Because everyone needs more whimsy in their life. How old is she again? She's young, right? She's pretty baby. Yeah, she's 22. That's quite young. She's like fresh out of college, defense lawyer.
It's only natural to cut a worthless detective's salary down to their actual worth. My father can even fire anyone, new or old, with the snap of his fingers. Do you think maybe that's reason enough for detectives to hate you people?
Well, I guess. They really shouldn't cut people's pay. Detective Bad, don't tell me Mr. Von Karma cut your salary earlier.
Wonder if we'll ever see that scene. You're close.
You call your explanation perfect?
Is it not to your liking?
Unfortunately for you, it's just not up to my standards.
Oh, is there something you want me to clarify in that case?
What should I do? Should I raise an objection?
I've been focusing so much on the voices that I haven't been paying attention to what she's been saying. Okay. Okay, so she's saying... I'm thinking. Let's raise an objection and just see what happens.
Alright, if you could clear up this one thing for me.
Oh, motive for killing Mr. Rel. That's true.
I understand Detective Gumshoe's potential motive for killing Mr. Faraday. However, what about his motive for killing Mr. Rel?
His motive for killing Rel? Like I would know.
If there was no clear motive for both of the murders, then I doubt this incident would have occurred. Wouldn't you agree? Is there anyone else who might have had a grudge against either of the two men? Or should we look into that ourselves?
Oh, in that case, I have absolutely no idea.
What? But that's impossible. She must know something.
Wait. Oh, can you please not glare at me like that? It makes me laugh.
I didn't even do anything and you're already laughing away.
Well, anyway, the way I see it, as long as he had a motive to kill one of the two, this crime would have played out the way it did anyway. Well, no, because if he had a motive to kill Faraday, and then if Faraday is the one who shot him, like, it still doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Hey girl, it doesn't make sense.
Oh? Would you care to explain your logic? And this time, please try to provide a truly perfect explanation.
Perfect this, perfect that. Stop being so uptight. Was that a requisite trait for being a Von Karma? Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you shut this rude woman up.
I wish you'd both be quiet for just 1 second.
Yes. Misogynist Edgeworth is back. We are so back. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to explain it to you kids. Oh, again. Okay.
There's no one out there with a motive to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. All you really have to establish is that someone had a grudge against one of the two men. Mr. Rel, who happened to be there, became a witness to Mr. Faraday's murder. Therefore, he was killed out of necessity and set up to look like they had killed each other. I wonder if that's really true. Is there no one out there with a grudge against both men? I should take another hard look at the evidence for this morning's case.
Oh, is this where, what's it called? It has something to do with this, I bet. I don't remember all the details, though, that Von Karma told us. Oops.
There it is, the second KG incident, as people are calling it, involving an embassy staff member, and the two men who both wound up as suspects in the case. Is there someone else I'm overlooking who is somehow related to them?
Hold on, I forget how this all worked. He killed the embassy staff guy, this guy. And then Cochin was the original suspect in the original KG-8. And he got away with it. Okay, well, it's probably that, but I don't know the details of the KG-8. I don't remember.
So there was no one else who might have had a grudge against both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel?
I suppose no one is a bit of a stretch. But I'm pretty sure no one like that was here in this courthouse today.
She's lying through her teeth. We just saw someone like that here earlier.
Besides, you don't need to prove that the killer had a grudge against both men.
Hold it!
But he has a grudge against the wrong one for, like, everything that happened.
Someone with a grudge against one of the men. In that case, aren't there plenty of other people who fit the bill?
That's also true.
Sure. After all, who doesn't garner scorn from another simply by being alive?
Okay, edgelord.
But the only one who held a grudge and acted upon it by killing was Detective Gumshoe. Furthermore, Mr. Rel. Okay. So you're saying that he was basically silenced?
Aren't you glad you managed to avoid the same fate, Your Honor? Why, if you had been the one to witness the blood-covered detective...
What? Detective Gumshoe, you would kill even me.
What? I could never do something as terrible as that, Your Honor.
There's no need for even a second of deliberation. I'll hand down my verdict.
Your Honor, take a look around. We are not in court right now. It would be greatly appreciated if you would stay here with us in reality.
Please forgive me. I know not what I do.
Edgeworth, you having more edge than Edgeworth is bonkers. Yeah, it's funny. Ha, yeah, it's funny.
And you there, Miss Yu! Hurry up and continue with your testimony. If you fail to do so, I will whip you into shape. That's nice. Sounds kind of like fun, actually.
What? I don't remember that. Huh? Huh, what?
Anyway, Detective Gumshoe had to erase the witness, Mr. Rel. Okay.
I didn't do it, pal.
No hard feelings, but I don't think we can take the word of a criminal seriously.
But I can't even begin to think up ways to set up a crime scene. That's a child, for real.
I suppose you do lack the necessary tactical mind to require to do such a thing.
Why do you have to kick a man when he's down, pal?
You shouldn't put yourself down. Oh, well, I almost gave her a German accent. You shouldn't put yourself down, detective. You're a big boy. I bet you thought it up all by yourself, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I worked real hard at it, too. I think this proves one thing about the detective. He has the mental acuity of a worm. Would you still love me if I was a worm? Would, pal? I have to admit her explanation makes sense. However, there is also something she overlooked in her testimony. I should present that piece of evidence and see if I can't make her see the truth.
Okay. I think this first one...
There's no one out there with a motive to kill both of them. Okay, okay.
I think this is the statement that I need to present this to. Okay.
Ms. Yu, I believe there is someone you overlooked in making your statement. Or rather, is it because you'd rather not bring this person up?
What do you mean?
We are looking for someone with a reason to kill both Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel. I can think of at least one person that fits the bill. He was the suspect in the original KG-8 incident, and a member of the Cordopian embassy staff, Mr. Manny Cochin. That's right, the very man who came to visit you earlier out in the hallway. The man who killed a member of the Cordopian embassy staff, Mr. Rel, and the man who was the lead prosecutor of the KG-8 incident, Mr. Faraday. Are you telling me that Mr. Cochin has no reason at all to kill both of these men?
Well, I suppose he might have a reason or two.
You covered for me, pal! Maybe you're not such a bad guy after all. Don't get ahead of yourself. You're still a suspect, make no mistake about that. The perfect evidence, the perfect testimony, these are the only things I wish to hold. Not friendship. Friends. Teammates. but I didn't do it. You will stay under my authority and go investigate Mr. Manny Cochin for me. And remember, I will not be very forgiving should any of this leak out. Hold it. You want to investigate Cochin? You'd just be wasting your time. And why is that? Cochin was up in the viewing gallery, watching the trial. Or so I was told. Every cop in this place has been keeping an eye on the guy since he arrived.
I was particular. No, I can't. I did rewatch the I'm not a gamer. Funny. Because I was thinking about it all day yesterday.
Then the only real suspect we have is still Detective Gumshoe.
I suppose so. No way. Come on, Detective Bad, you gotta believe me, sir. I really was in that hallway the whole time, sir. I never took a single step into this room, sir. Okay, then are you saying...
Oh, that's not the right voice.
Okay, then are you saying there was someone else who passed through the hallway? No, there was no one else, sir. Then why should I believe you didn't do it?
That is one incredibly foolish detective. Standing right in front of a crime scene all by himself. It's as good as a confession of guilt.
I have to admit it's a bit strange. Most criminals will fabricate some sort of lie to escape their crimes. And if that detective really wanted to prove that he is innocent, you'd think that he would at the very least offer up, "I spaced out while on duty," or the like. Come on, Gumshoe. Time for your interrogation. Detective Bad.
The little flop his hair did was really cute.
Miles Edgeworth, I will go ahead and report this to Papa.
And as they say, is that. Right, everyone?
Well, I suppose we should both be getting back to our real jobs now, huh?
Before we do, Ms. Yu, there is something I'd like to speak with you about.
What is it? We am free! New dialogue?
The television has been left on to preserve the crime scene, of course. And it will stay on until the police are finished with their investigation. Do they think nothing of saving electricity? How bothersome.
Wow, new dialogue.
A pleasant breeze is blowing through this window. If only I could exchange it with the stifling atmosphere of this crime scene. It's Mr. Faraday's bag. The evidence for the trial of the embassy staff's murder is in here. And if things had gone smoothly, they would now be mine.
Does his in-game sprite also look really baby in the face, or is that just my imagination?
Including the two weapons in this double murder, the knife and gun, I suppose. Everything is neat and tidy on top of the table, with not a single disturbance in sight.
What type of anime do you think Edgeworth would binge watch? I don't think I've watched enough anime to be able to answer that question. I'm not a huge anime person. Conan, probably. Hey, wait!
Edgeworth? Where are you off to? Aren't you the one who wanted to talk? Oh, yes, sorry about that.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to leave. I wanted to observe.
To have set these two men up and make it look like they killed each other. If there's one thing I cannot forgive, it's the desecration of the dead.
Really?
It's just another cheap sofa.
I think that he's probably more of a, like... What the fuck? Like Power Rangers, Sentai, like that kind of thing?
If I should buy one for my office, I'll be sure to select a much more luxurious
one. Oh, that's fun. That's funny that he says that.
These plastic bags look like they fell here by chance at first glance. But all of them, with the exception of the bloody one, are just camouflage. I suppose you could call this a twist on the old "to hide a tree, hide it in the woods."
I've never heard that in my life. No. Oh, I have to be facing her. Okay, fine. Hi. So, what did you want to ask me about?
The current case of the murdered Cordopian embassy staff member. I've heard that people have begun calling it the second KG-8 incident.
Only among you law enforcement types. And, what about it?
I'd like for you to tell me everything you know about the original KG-8 incident.
I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't know anything beyond what was reported in the papers.
No, I believe you know much more, since you are directly tied to the KG-8 incident.
I'd appreciate it if you'd stop with the false accusations. Baseless outbursts are useless both inside and outside the courtroom, don't you know?
I do, but I also know that I do have a leg to stand on here.
I think you can stop making that ultra-serious face in front of me. Ugh.
If you could please stop laughing for just 1 second. I'm not going to make any headway like this. I'm just going to have to show her exactly how I related the KG incident. Exactly how related to the KG incident she is, sorry. My bad. Ms. Yu, I believe that I have proof of your connection to the KG-8 incident.
That file is your proof? Very well then. Why don't you tell me exactly how I'm related to the KG-8 incident?
Your connection to the KG-8 incident is through the victim.
I feel like he doesn't mew. I feel like that his jawline is probably pretty sharp genetically, because like look at his dad, but also I feel like he does not eat super well because he's busy all the time.
The victim's name is CCU. You will note that she has the same last name as you. Can you really still tell me with a straight face that you are not related to this case?
You know how common of a last name this is, brother? Sorry, but we're not related. Just kidding.
You asked that question with such a serious look on your face
that I couldn't help but...
Miss Yu, I ask that you please tell me the truth.
Alright, I'll tell you everything I know.
As you guessed, the one who reported the smuggling activities of the Amano group was my sister, CCU, as I thought.
And she was killed right before she was to testify at the impending trial by Manny Cochin. But because he was tried once and was acquitted, he gets to live out the rest of his cushy life completely carefree.
All because of a lack of evidence.
No, I heard that the evidence to convict him did exist.
What?
I heard it from Mr. Faraday himself after Mr. Cochin's trial was over. Apparently a man in black made off with the most important piece of evidence.
And the evidence had been tampered with?
Isn't it just like a criminal to do something like that? The smuggling ring being run out of the Amano group by one of its secretaries. They bailed out Mr. Cochin. Whatever. Turns out they were in league with each other all along. Just kind of wanted to say that no reason, but he probably having instant noodles like Gumshoe. No, I think that he probably is eating like microwave meals or like takeout, like good takeout. The fanciest microwave meals for bad days and the nicest takeout for good days. I don't think he cooks. I think that he's the why is my kitchen on fire and the making breakfast for my beautiful wife. He's the making breakfast for my beautiful wife in that with him and Phoenix, I think. I think Phoenix had to learn to cook because of Trucy.
How big was that smuggling ring? Was it a large operation?
I don't really know. Which is why I wanted to become the lead defense on this case that people are calling the second KG-8 incident. But I haven't learned anything new at all. I was probably expecting too much, I know.
You mean you think this case has nothing to do with the smuggling ring?
I don't know what to think.
Why did Mr. Cochin want to meet with you earlier?
Actually, he came to watch the trial.
Apparently, he only found out that I was the defense lawyer on this case after he'd arrived. He figured he should say hi, and one other thing. Looks like you couldn't resolve anything this time either. Too bad. Ugh. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh boy, stop it with the scary face already. Yeah, Michelle and Giselle are definitely that as well.
I'm fine, really. I gave him a good slap across the face. The way she talks about slapping him as she laughs away is kind of creepy. But it's just as Mr. Bad said. He's not related to the double murder. I asked around and people in the gallery claim that he was in his seat the entire time. Talk about cruel fate. This is about all I know.
Sorry.
Guess I wasn't much help, huh? That's not true. I'm sorry I made you recall such a painful time in your life.
Edgeworth, you really are too serious for your own good.
You really need to learn to relax. We wouldn't want you to die of stress, would we? Thank you for the advice, but there's no need to worry. I work in my own way, and I will catch this criminal in my own way as well. You'll see.
Look at you with your game face on, ready to go.
I'm making no such face. Did you know? Laughter is the best medicine, Edgeworth. Don't you get tired of making such a serious face all the time? I'm charged with making sure that all criminals of this world are found guilty.
Forgot about the slime. Okay. I love to clown on him. I love to mess with him. Especially 20-year-old Edgeworth. Him being this bad of a workaholic at 20 and then denying himself just joy, like general joy. It's really fucking sad. I love this trope. I love this trope, but it makes me sad.
I have no need for laughter.
There you go, making that face again. Oh well, I've got to get going. I still have a few loose ends I need to tie up.
Oh, you phased through me. Okay.
The KG-8 incident and this murder investigation. It is my belief that these two cases are related to each other somehow. Plus that Detective Gumshoe. It's obvious he's lying, even though the lie is hurting his chances. Clearly this case is far from over. But whether or not that detective is the murderer can only be determined once I've completed my perfect investigation. Mr. Von Karma, I swear to uphold your honorable name, or my name isn't Miles Edgeworth.
I need to lay down. I think I need to lay down. When you've been verbally abused for long enough, especially from a young age, and like emotionally manipulated and abused by a narcissist, you get kind of lost in the sauce. Like, it becomes easier to just believe what you're told. Because you can't be right. Because this other person's always right. Right? Like, Von Karma's always correct. He's perfect. He's always right. And so it's pointless to argue against him. So you have only a couple of options, which is to struggle pointlessly for the rest of your life or just give in. And I feel like that's what Edgeworth learned really early on in his time with Von Karma. And I feel like Von Karma recognize that he wanted praise from a father figure because of clearly what happened. It's sad. I feel really bad for him. I would definitely empathize with that. And it's so hard because you never fully grow out of it. Like, it's an innate, deep want that as a child you want your parents to love you, or the adult raising you to love you. And even when you become an adult, that lingers because you didn't get it. Maybe if you didn't get it, like that gap, that hole in you hasn't been filled. It's kind of like you put a glass cover on it. You know it's there, but it's covered. Or you maybe like try to fill it with other things like triangle and circle peg. You forget that this series can be quite dark and emotional, but it has its moments. It's crazy. I was thinking about that with Kingdom Hearts too. Because someone I enjoy watching like was talking about Roxas's theme, and I was like, Roxas is the most tragic Kingdom Hearts character, which is really saying something because there's a lot of sad shit that happens to characters in that game. Anyway, I'm glad I split this into 2 streams. There's no way my voice would have lasted another hour and a half. My voice is already dying now. No stream tomorrow. I have photo shoot, but there will be a stream Monday night. We'll continue this case. Wednesday night again, also continuing. And then next Saturday. I know dates. Next Saturday. Actually, the Monday stream, I don't know. There should be a Monday stream. We'll see. I've been kind of like going through it. There's been a lot of weird things happening this year. And like, I'm going to be like super honest for a second. I love playing the Ace Attorney series, but voice acting all the time. I really enjoy the voice acting. Don't get me wrong. The downside is that like when I was playing Okami or Kingdom Hearts or another game that I don't have to do all the voice acting all the time, I could kind of just like stream of consciousness talk. And I haven't been able to do that lately. I think that's also kind of been affecting me, because there has been just so much crazy shit. I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream, but one of my childhood friends, she has stage 4 breast cancer and is currently undergoing chemo. The cancer has moved into her lungs. And when that kind of thing happens, you do end up thinking quite a lot about death. And my own experiences with death are very unique, as some of you who have been here a while may know. And the anxiety surrounding death. It's not been great. And also just like, I work in the vulnerable sector. I work in adjacent to vulnerable groups, supporting vulnerable groups in the community, right? And I sometimes, like, most of the time my job's like really funny, like fun and just busy, and like, actually I wouldn't say fun, it's very neutral. But there have been a couple of things where I've seen like things with family or like things that are a little scary, and then there was something this week that I was like, this is, oh my god. I had to like report to my supervisor about it, because I was like, I don't have time to like get to my supervisor and have her do all this. I'm going straight to like her, and because we may need to get like police involvement, and so there's that. And then also just like not feeling well this week too. I don't know. Also just doing a lot of self-reflection lately and just like realizing how many things are wrong with me from my childhood, and that I'd love to get a new updated like psychiatric diagnosis, especially for some kind of accommodation for like test taking and stuff like that. But it's been really hard to get a hold of a psychologist who will do that for me. Even though my therapist is the one asking. It's not even me. She's doing it for me, and she's like not finding a lot of people who are responsive. And so that's really frustrating. Although maybe we found one, maybe. But it would just like it would be nice. But regardless of that, like it's just like I was saying earlier about Edgeworth, like when you're lost in the sauce, you don't realize how bad it is, and you have to kind of peel back layer by layer. And then when you start getting into those layers that are right next to the core of the problem, it starts getting really raw. Like if you're thinking of it like a wound, it's like you're starting to touch the nerve endings. And that's kind of like what the therapy sessions have been like lately. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it like, just like, God, like what a lack of autonomy and like all these other things that were wrong in my childhood that I'm like having to deal with now. So life's been a little rough lately. Is TLDR. Life's been a little rough lately. And then also there was like, if you're new, you may not have seen this, but there was some misbehavior on this channel, by the way. Zara, you're new, but I'm just going to set this boundary. If you're under 18, I would like you to see yourself out. I don't want minors watching my stuff because of legal reasons on your behalf. And also, I have my right to privacy. I feel like that goes without saying, but common sense is apparently not common. So I have to make that very clear now. Because people can't be normal on the internet, which is a shame. And yeah, so everything this year is, there have been a lot of good things that have happened this year too. I don't want that to be overshadowed, by the way. By the way, good things have happened too. It's not all bad things, but like the bad things have been very like, they've caused a large amount of introspection all at once. All at once. And it's harder to deal with that when I don't have like good outlets for it, and I feel like I haven't lately. Because I haven't had time as part of it too. Just like time to sit down and talk to people. God, and then just the Canada-US border shit. Like, I would have loved to have gone down to see my brother's memorial next month, but I can't even do that. Like, I'm scared because the person who would drive me, like, fucking, is a Canadian, and so there's a possibility she might get fucking stopped at the border, or I might get stopped at the border for like no reason. But now everybody's freaked out for good reason. Thank you, Zara. I appreciate it. I typically go by like a 3 strikes you're out system here with like, don't be mean to me or anyone else in the chat. But as long as you're understanding the boundaries, that's cool. Yeah. Everything always happens all at once. You know what I mean? But it's good. There are good things in the world. I'm going to close this out on a positive note. There are good things in the world. There are soft animals to pet. We have office dogs. It's great. Yesterday there were 2 in at the office at the same time. It was awesome. There are soft animals to pet. There are people who care about their community and want to make it better and are trying actively to do so in various parts of the world. There are people who are trying to fix things. There are people who are trying to cure diseases and solve economic problems and energy crises and like people who really care. Even though the internet is such a shit show, there are good people that you can find online. I met many of my closest friends online. And then obviously we met in person after that. But like, there are good pockets online. Take the steps to protect yourself. Block as needed. Mute as needed. Stay in age appropriate spaces. If you don't like not safe for work, don't interact in those spaces, for instance, or vice versa, whatever. Like, there are people out there that are good, for sure. So that's what I'm trying to tell myself. And I also look back on myself of like 5 years ago and I'm like, okay, 5 years ago, beginning of the pandemic, that is continued thus far to varying levels of intensity. And how different I am, but how much I have changed for the better in some ways, like with boundaries, and communicating with people and my friends. And like, it is often overwhelming, and I think it is okay. I think it is okay to be overwhelmed and have those days where you're overwhelmed. Let yourself have those days, and do as I say, not as I do. Let yourself have the days where you're overwhelmed. Let yourself have them. But don't forget that, like, overall, there are good people and good things in this world, and the world is very, very beautiful. This world is incredibly beautiful. Thank you, Zara. That's very sweet. You will find your people and you should hold them close. Very true. Anyway. All right. Enough yapping. I just had to let that out. I haven't yapped like that in a while, I feel. It's always just about fictional characters with me. But that's kind of what's going on in my life. Yeah. So, and a game about like murder mysteries isn't always the best thing to play when you have death anxiety. I'll be so honest. Especially the Edgeworth games, because I already find him terribly relatable. But I'll be good. It'll be good. Yeah, no stream tomorrow again. Monday there should be a stream. Wednesday definitely there will be a stream. And then Saturday again, Ida Somnium Files. Let's fucking go. I'm so excited to play more. Yeah. Anyway, you know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Please wear a mask. You should wear a mask right now because it's pollen season also. It will help you. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you when I see you. Okay, bye. Yay. Okay, yay.